Hello, welcome to the super awesome comic review show. I am Foxy, and let's talk about some comics. New this week from Black Mask, 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank, #2. Have you read this? This book is really good. I think this is probably the most fun I had reading a comic this week. It's a noir comic, seems to be set in the 80s. That's what all of the little tells throughout the series will inform you, though they're not beating you over the head with it. And it's focused on these 4 kids that like to play arcade games and Dungeons and Dragons, and also they seem to be getting tangled up in a world of criminals. So I suspect that at some point they will, as the title suggests, be walking into a bank. Also, the action sequences, especially in the second issue, were really great, and there were some sequences that were really akin to some of the more experimental page layouts of like Chris Ware, or more recently David Aja did in Hawkeye, some similar things that felt very wary. And yeah, check it out. 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank, Black Mask. Got some cool stuff going on over there. Also out this week from Image, Jupiter's Legacy 2, issue #1. Not the best titling with all the numbers and the hoo-ha in there. It's reminiscent of a little Civil War thing going on right now. But, that being said, Frank Quitely is back, and his lines have gotten possibly more spider-webbedly delicate and intense, and the action is great. Our intrepid, not-so-heroic heroes are back, and they are trying to assemble the world's remaining living villains to try to overthrow the corrupt powers that be that are running the superhero world, and by virtue of that the political world, because that's what happened in Jupiter's Legacy. You see, the superheroes said, enough, the humans don't know what's going on, we know what's best, we'll run it top down. Yeah, that always works. But it's great. Really happy to have Jupiter's Legacy back. Jupiter Circle was cool, but, you know, Frank Quitely, come on. Come on. Also out this week, Captain America, Steve Rogers #2. Now, I didn't much speak about Captain America, Steve Rogers #1, but I will now. That was some ridiculous crap that went on. People need to settle down. I know it wasn't you guys, because true comic fans didn't get caught up in all that hype, but people are people, so why should it be you and I should get along so awfully? Depeche Mode said it a long time ago. You guys need to listen to more Depeche Mode, chill out, and realize that the first issue of a comic does not a story make. It is just but one piece, and even just one issue later, we now know that Steve Rogers said he was in Hydra, obviously through manipulation from Kubrick, who brought him back to being his young, heroic, handsome self. And we get a little bit more intel into how exactly that happened, and what her association with the Red Skull is. Duh. Come on, guys. It's actually a really cool story, though. I really like this issue. It's cool to see how all of the threads that Nick Spencer's been weaving through his various Captain America books and Standoff, how they're all coming together. It's this issue was really good. Really good stuff. Moving right along to the final thing I want to talk about this week. Not actually a comic book, but we sell it at the store. Astro Zombies, come check us out in Albuquerque. But yeah, it is the new Dark Crystal book, Shadows of the Dark Crystal, which I haven't gotten to read yet because it's a novel. There are some illustrations like this beautiful thing here, but I'm super stoked to read it. Just as I'm super stoked to buy the Dark Crystal pops that are coming out. Labyrinth pops also coming out soon. Excited about those. This was actually written by J.M. Lee, who his story The Ring of Dreams was awarded first place in the Jim Henson Company's prestigious Author Quest, and this book came as a result of that. So this beat out every bit of Dark Crystal fan fiction you could shake a stick at. Came out on top. Really looking forward to seeing what he's adding to the mythos. Hopefully this will be but the beginning of many more Dark Crystals. Where's that movie? Remember when Genndy Tartakovsky was supposed to be directing Dark Crystal? What happened with that? Why don't we ever talk about that? Come on, Jim Henson Company. Get on the ball. All right, that's it for this week. I'm gonna go do whatever the heck I want, because I'm done. I'm out. Be a feminist. Later.